We'll go ahead
You're
and
asking, don't.
call the meeting to order. And we will get right into the budget adoption. Is there any need for table discussion or discussion of the resolution for the appropriation and tax rates for the budget?
Go right ahead, that's why they're there. I think we've gone over it a number of times. However, I'm open to any questions you have. As you know, we are spending out of rainy day fund, and that will take the operating fund down that same amount. So.
And that's the big takeaway in terms of changes from this year.
Correct, that is the big takeaway.
Motion. We approve the budget. Well, second.
Been moved and seconded.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is pass around Form 4. Margaret, you'll need to sign in 2 places by your name and then to attest. There are 3 boxes. I need you to make sure you sign the box. So one is to say aye, one is nay, and one is abstain. And I have to have 4 people saying aye in order for that budget to pass. So you each have a line where you sign, you need to mark a box, and that's it.
And that will be our vote then. We don't get it.
Well, you did already. Well, did you vote? I don't know, I
No.
interrupted you. Yeah, I guess.
Call the question.
All right. All those in favor of approving the budget next year?
Aye.
Say opposed. Say. Oh.
Maybe the last one deciding which way.
Oh.
Okay.
3-3 split.
Okay, Susan.
Gives him more leverage to your chain if he's sitting that far away, Mary. That's all that was about.
Yeah, well, we'll give it a second to sign this, and then we'll open the floor up for discussion of the minutes from last meeting. Any discussion on the minutes from the last week?
I'll make a motion, we accept the minutes.
I'll second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor of approving the minutes from the last meeting?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Can you pass it to Margaret, please?
And then that moves us down into the reports then from Mary.
The Friends of the Library, I have no report because they didn't get the minutes yet, so I'll update you next month. I know they had a meeting on October 4th, but I don't believe it was very successful. And it could have been due to the rain.
Or a sale?
Pardon me?
Meeting or a sale?
A sale, I'm sorry, I wrote sale.
Yeah, I saw somewhere they only made like 200 and some $200.
Okay.
I don't know where I saw that. Would that be on the website?
On our website?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't know, because I haven't been told anything about it. All I know is that the staff said there wasn't a lot of traffic that came in. I'll go right into the director's report. Then you see where I covered the budget at the top. The legislative forum, they didn't really talk about things pending or coming up that they were concerned about. They talked more about things they want to represent, libraries, topics, and there was quite a list. And I looked for the synopsis so I could bring all of that, but I don't have that from them yet. Once I do again, I'll probably put it in director's report so you have that information. Day of hearing. They came here, they were supposed to work outside but it was really rainy that day, so they ended up working on all these wooden chairs, tightening all the screws and replacing screws and washing all of them, and then washing all the tables, and then they did the same in the auditorium. So they took care of all the tables and chairs, and as you know, we have a lot of those things.
They actually
So,
clean up.
yeah, so, yeah, I was really, really pleased that that happened. Mark's working on getting the deck done. We'll probably have to wait to try to get the furniture updated or repainted or restained, but the deck should be done this year. So, And that's something put on the back burner, I'm just mentioning it to you. I did have Craig Wagner come out and look at it, because it is settling. If you go out and walk the boardwalk, you'll get so far, and then when you get to the lookout, you can actually see where it's kind of it's pulling away, because you can see it. And structurally I was concerned, but Craig said it was fine. So I'm having it painted, but down the road, and I mean down the road probably within the next 3 years, we're either gonna have to take it down or replace it. So that will be on our list of things we have to do. But just FYI. I did want to ask, you know, every year I like to have staff recognition and holiday thing for the staff. And I usually have it here, and I usually have it on a Monday morning, and I usually have Jill Daniel do the thing. This year, I would really like to go to Big G's just to do something different. The only thing, there's no way we're going to be able to be over at Big G's and then open the building by 9 o'clock. So I was wondering if you'd be willing to let me open at 10. That way we can come back and get everything ready, primarily the shipment, so that we can open at 10 o'clock. And I need your approval to do that.
We move that we authorize the library to.
Is there any, just a second, I'm thinking that the amount of traffic that comes in.
From 9 to 10?
9 to 10, is there any one day or other that's heavier?
Well,
or
now
lighter?
that you mention it,
Is
probably
Monday-
are busier on Monday mornings.
I was wondering if Monday's the right day to do it, and
Is that what the 17th is, a Monday?
The 17th is a
It is.
Monday, but that's because we always meet the Monday after the board meeting. I
Uh-huh.
mean, it's just always been that Monday.
I just wonder if there's a slower day, just to reduce as much as possible the impact of opening the building.
Or dinner maybe at the evening?
We're,
No?
we're open till,
Yeah.
until late or
Not on
night.
No, right.
Okay.
You know your traffic better.
With this, it being this close.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm gonna, if
I'll
you
still make my
prefer-
motion. We can
okay.
have a discussion after we have the motion in
Yeah.
a second. If there's no.
Do you want to just, just leave it as a blank
Normally,
motion?
discussion you would do after you have a motion in a
Yeah.
second.
Yeah.
If-
Oh.
And if it fails for a second, then we don't have to worry about
All right.
I'll second it.
it.
it. Okay, no, that's okay, but I just, we don't always do it that way, but I just thought you'd get it off, and then,
I just-
but
it
obviously.
comes out.
That's okay, that's okay, I don't want you to have formalistic about it, but I still,
I don't have
I'm
any
with, I
problem
think it's,
with doing that, I just wonder if we can make the minimum impact to patrons.
Let's just put it this way. We'll never mind this year, and I'll just do it the way I've always done it.
Oh, I
And
hate
the
to do that.
reason is, it's already set, it's already scheduled, we already have a room, and for me to switch it,
Oh, it's already-
it's kind of a big deal.
Okay,
Um,
you mean at BG?
It's just for us. And I did call Big G's, but that's a phone saying, hey, cancel the room, that's not, so just never mind.
No, I hate to do that, I don't want to do
Never
that.
mind.
It's all Tony's
Just
fault.
do it the way we've always done it, and then
Well,
next year I'll try
and
to.
it was
I don't think that wasn't what I was
Yeah.
totally in favor of doing it, I just.
Oh, yeah.
was-
Right, it was just that Mary doesn't want to
Yeah.
in 2 months' time, try to figure out another day, make sure I can get everybody off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or make sure I have everybody on,
Right.
because it's already automatic.
Oh, I see.
You
For
would-
this year.
but Tony's point may be a good one, in that if Mondays tend to be busy days, in the future, maybe a different day or a different time would be good to look at.
No, and I agree. I
But
just don't
maybe
want
not
to do
this
it
year.
this year.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
So I'm gonna
Have you
just.
already kind of, well, you weren't gonna use Jill Daniels, so you maybe think of something a little, even though you're gonna have it here at the regular time, maybe think of something a little bit different.
You guys, it makes me exhausted. I've done this so many years,
Yeah.
and because I plan staff development day, and I plan, it's just, I'm running out of ideas or whatever, and that's why I thought it would be
You
easier.
know, like an omelet bar, or,
Well-
just have a little bit.
Why not stick with what you wanted to do at Big G's this year and see for the next time around if there's a lower impact? I'm
Well,
okay with that.
Yeah, we
Well,
can
no,
go.
it's okay. I'm okay to just never mind. Just it's okay to never mind it.
That wasn't like.
Why don't you just go ahead and do it the way you have it planned? You know, 1 hour is not gonna screw
No,
up
it's
everything.
not,
Yeah.
it's not.
I mean, some days the bank isn't open at 9 o'clock and we're all sitting, standing out there waiting until they finally open. And guess what? Just,
Still
it's
get
not
it.
frustrating right now.
Yeah.
So it's no big deal. Do your thing. I think it's a good
Yeah,
idea.
And
You've got it
posted
planned.
Yeah, it'll be, yeah, it's gonna be posted, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
as long as you guys are okay with it.
Well, it's,
We got a motion, I'll second.
That day, Mary, that
Now
day
we're gonna
we'll probably
fight.
have a foot of snow, so don't worry.
So, yeah, cancel
Okay.
anyways.
I wonder what the public's.
so we,
We got a motion and a
motion
second.
and a second for December 17th.
To open at 10.
To open at 10 instead of 9. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay,
All right.
thank you. Personnel policy, Margaret, did you want to go over the changes or do you want me to do it?
There were just those two changes.
Yeah, you should have gotten the pages where on the schedule pay days.
Okay, we're changing, what day the checks will be. That, and it's deposit, right? Automatic deposit, whatever it's called. Direct deposit. And instead of on working day, it would be, we change that to business day. Because we have working days here on Saturday and Sunday, which are not business days for the bank.
Correct.
So that's a pretty minor change. Maybe eliminates some confusion. And it looks like the code of conduct goes along with what we approved for the policy manual last time, that the employees must report child abuse if they suspect that. So we just added that in.
All right, do we have a motion to approve those schedule changes?
So moved.
I second.
Motion and seconded. Any other things that anybody else can see, or everybody okay with those? All right, all those in favor of the changes?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, thank you. The other thing I wanted to mention, and this will affect anybody that schedules meeting rooms, we are moving from advanced calendar, which we currently have, to Library Market as our vendor for the calendar. So what that means is from October 22nd to October 29th, we're going to do a freeze so that patrons aren't able to reserve a room, so that our staff will be using Library Market a week ahead. So the live date where it goes live, where the patrons can access it, will be the 29th. But we had to put a cut-off time in there because we still didn't want people using the other program and using, because we're afraid we're going to lose a reservation or a meeting room or an event or whatever. So effective October 29th, we will go live with Library Market. But internally, the staff will be using Library Market starting October 22nd.
So if someone would want to reserve a room in that time frame, they would have to
They
just
could
do
call
it
us.
through phone or stop in or something.
Right, and we'll have a notice on the website letting them know that, and that if they want to book a room in the future, they'll need to call us to do that.
And you can convert all the other existing reservations.
Correct. Correct.
And then will that go back online then, live?
On the 29th.
Ninth, okay.
Yes. But I had to have, that was like a cutoff for the
So there's no-
patrons.
To use it online?
To use it
There's no
online.
interruption in service for the patrons?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes good sense.
Okay. And then starting in January, we're going to go ahead and get Square. Everybody uses a lot of places or businesses. They use it at the markets, the farmers market. We're going to get it. I'm assuming, and I should ask you if it's okay, I was going to put the charge to the patron or whoever's using their card, so that will automatically go to Square, and then the cost of whatever it is they're purchasing will go directly into our account. So we won't get a charge for them using their card. I'm gonna
If they choose to use that
If they
form of payment.
choose to use
How
the,
much is the,
it's minimal. I can't.
It's minimal, except when you have 50 people doing it in a week and we're paying you a charge
Right,
for it. So
Right.
businesses don't all of a sudden necessarily have that option a lot of times, but if they will allow you to do that, that's great.
Right, and they will. So I'm gonna say it's cents. So if it's $12, it's 2 cents. I mean, it's a
And we
minimal
can't-
amount. I don't
can't
want to
afford
eat
to
it.
eat that.
I don't want to eat
I,
it. I
I had that note here, which was cost to library. It just stacks up really, really
So
fast.
for them, it's no
it-
big deal.
And I know how convenient it is to use a card, but it adds up really fast. I think it would eat up a lot of our incidents.
And that's always why I've never wanted to go to the credit card. Well, I mean, you can pay for your fees online with Evergreen anyways, but there are people that would like to use the card. We face it, everybody uses their card. But for the meeting rooms and things like that, and now they have that option. They can pay for damaged items as well. However, I did not want us to incur that fee. I wanted the patron to incur the fee. Are you guys all okay with that?
And yeah, that's another option for the patrons. I don't see that's the bad thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So-
to them.
And that is, and I'll
That's a good deal.
note that is consistent with, I think, the county, there are certain fees that they allow you to pay, but they have them surcharged somehow. That if you choose to pay in that fashion, which sounds
School
odd
loan
because,
programs,
yeah. Which sounds odd because we so commonly use them, but most of us regular merchants can't pass that along.
Okay, the other thing I wanted you to look at, I did get the balance sheet for the foundation money. So it's the first one, the Peabody Library Fund on your page, right? There's 2 sides. We got 2 accounts with them.
Well, yeah, it depends, whichever's first depends on which side I turn it
Well,
on.
that's true. Well, I guess the way I laid it down, but.
The side that was up was just Peabody, not Simon.
Okay, so on the Peabody Library Fund, that's where we can spend money to pay for programs, services, and I am gonna ask you if I can get 1,500 to use for Battle of the Books in 2019. But before we go to that, on the back side then, it shows you the Simon J. Peabody Endowment Fund. This is the money that Simon gave to us to use only for capital projects. So we have that $16,000 that we can access for our building projects that we have coming up the next couple of years. And I just wanted you to be aware of the money on both funds. So now I'm going to ask you if I can get $1,500 out of the Peabody Public Library Fund to use for Battle of the Books in 2019. It runs us about $2,000. We have $500 left in the
Is that
account.
like the prizes and the giveaway incentives and things like that?
Well, each team gets 6 books generally, so we purchase those books for those
Okay.
teams, and depending on how many teams we get, that can add up really. So if we have 30 teams.
So it's for the books.
It pays for the books, and then the day of the event, we usually have water and fruit or some kind of snacks for the kids.
It's a super popular
Yeah.
event, so yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Is it still gonna be in the?
It'll be in a little basement, you know how busy
Okay,
it is.
it
We'll
was-
have it here, and, I mean, it'll be in the
We
auditorium.
have-
most
The actual
likely.
And we have
competition.
participants from all over, both different school districts and everything, right?
Yeah, we have them from Cherubusco and from South Whitley, at least we did last year. You were here last year, weren't you?
When would you take
Assign.
disbursement out? You said 2019?
It's for 2019, but Mary needs to make the book purchases before the end of this year so that she can get them distributed to the schools so they have time to read. Battle of the Books is usually in April,
Yeah.
so
1,500 even?
1,500 even.
Okay. Do we have a motion to take $1,500 out of the Peabody Public Library Fund there?
We'll make a motion that we take 1,500 out of the funds available to distribute from the Peabody Library Fund for the Battle of the Books. Second.
Moved and seconded. And any date on that, up to or anything included on that motion amendment, or is that just good?
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Motion carries.
So do you think we'll use some of the Simon money towards our project?
I'm trying to prove that we don't have to use it. I mean, we have it, we can, but that to me is if something that would happen and they have to come back and say, Mary, this is gonna be higher, but they're really gonna try to keep it at $273,000, and I have $290,000.
Are they starting to
budgeted.
do something?
Yeah, they've been here a couple of times to do, they have to do drawings, and then they have to get an architect, because somebody has to draw what that room is gonna look like back there. So, yeah, we're in that stage right now.
I don't know if this is on your agenda, how are our current boilers and situation? It's turning cold, so
We only have one boiler right now.
it's working now.
The one we have right now is working. The other one still does not have a regulator. Combustion Mechanical came out and picked up, I have manuals for both boilers. I made them sign a paper saying they get it back to me. But they have that document so they can look through it and determine what kind of regulator they need to purchase. And I will follow up with them next week. But at this point, we only have one boiler.
Oh, you got some salamanders and then you can bring
I got a wood pile. You weren't happy with the carpet anyway, right?
What's been the feedback from patrons about the roof? Have you gotten any feedback?
Well, when they were putting it on, we got some complaints because some people felt like they didn't see the finished product, they just saw what was going on. I did get a complaint that why are we doing something that roof was supposed to last 40 years? And then someone else was concerned because it looked like a barn. They turned our library into a barn because of the way they were doing the roof and they had flags up and then others were concerned about the safety of the workers.
The Amish people on the top may have given it a barn-like quality too. I didn't even think about that.
So I heard about that. But after it's been on,
Yeah.
I've only gotten compliments,
Yeah, it looks nice. It really does.
so,
Did you find those 2 leaks?
no.
There are leaks?
Well, they're not those areas where there was water damage we
Mhm.
talked about last month. I think
Oh,
that's
you're
what
talking the
Tom was
internal
asking about.
ones,
I mean,
like the pipes.
Mark hasn't got back to me. I'll ask him to climb up there. and look.
That's, okay, that's right, we were talking about those, the roof, we haven't had any.
Oh, no.
Leaks,
No.
okay.
After the roof was on, was there like structural pieces that needed to be replaced? Didn't they have like, wood or framing that was rotted and ceiling tiles
Yes,
and all of that?
yes,
Is that-
and I wasn't here, but the outside facade, right now it's that yellow kind of steel looking stuff that's out in the back too. But prior to that, it was wood. It was the wood that was in the inside of the building that was outside and that was damaged. So they replaced
That's
that.
good.
But as far as prior to me coming, I know they patched it. They didn't do replacement. And then in December 2013 is when they did that replacement.
But anyway, we had like ceiling tile damage and stuff.
Oh, we had all kinds of
That's all been fixed.
Correct. Well,
So if we see
The young adult
anything-
room, is it the drywall in there? Because that was,
Mark finished it, he did some work on it, but we probably need some more work on it, but I was gonna wait to do all that when I did the repainting
yeah.
and the recarpeting. I figure we can live with this and we will be
Dry, obviously.
Yes. That's all I had.
Margaret, thank you for the personnel. Monthly claims, motion to approve monthly claims.
When did you get an Ace Hardware for $645?
That was the stain.
As awful. I'd make a motion we approve the claims.
Yeah, because we got 3 5-gallon things,
I'll second.
Stain for the deck.
staying for the deck.
But hopefully we can keep the temperature and you can use it some other time.
Well, like I said, Mark's been working on it, and I think he's almost done. So we've used the stain that we paid quite, and then he had to buy, because we were planning on 10 people working on it, so you have to buy the stuff for the 10 people to use.
But that doesn't have a shelf life. That's
So,
like-
right.
You know, we can use some of that when we paint inside, couldn't we? The
Sure,
shoulders and things.
and we can use, I mean, they come, you know how they, we'll use the stuff.
Okay.
I know we'll use the stuff, but yeah.
I've got one question on the page 4, the very top item, Midwest State, $2,700 under professional services.
That's Hoopla. Hoopla has taken off, and what happened is, we budgeted $6,000 initially for Hoopla, but we exceeded that, and so that's where the additional money comes to pay for Hoopla. And then what I did was I went into, prior to this, people had the option of checking out 12 items on Hoopla per month. So I went in and changed that to 6 because we'd exceeded the budget by almost half. So I
I
cut
wondered
it.
why that.
Yeah, so I cut it to 6 so that we could make it through the rest of the year.
Where is that again? It's on,
Top
Page
page
4.
4, very top.
Yeah, Midwest Take.
oh, I
It's the
see, okay,
Midwest
okay,
State,
2,700.
Yeah.
I thought that was a flat fee, not a per item piece.
We pay like.
Per checkout?
Per checkout.
Yeah, like, so
Same way on Canopy?
Canopy's only $2 and I don't have to pay a platform fee.
Okay. The
Um,
Hoopla has a lot of other things that Canopy doesn't have.
Right, that is correct. So Canopy is kind of, to me, less expensive because it's just a $2 fee and you don't get charged it until they actually play the movie.
But it's just movies.
But it's just, whereas Hoopla is everything. Videos and
Music,
and comics
books, comics,
and
yeah.
books and it's everything. And it's really, really popular.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So I need to budget more, but as you know, we're trying to save money so that I can replenish
But
rainy day.
that's probably where we're headed in the future.
Oh,
though, of
definitely.
Providing
Is that-
services.
Is moving money from print to that.
Well, print and DVDs.
Yeah,
that type of
everything.
thing,
Sit
yeah.
on the shelf.
Yeah. Especially if we keep having to replace the DVDs.
What do you think, Mary?
Yeah.
Much harder to steal.
Next year, where will it
It's
be?
much less expensive.
Got any idea?
You mean as far as Hoopla or as
Yeah.
far as money in rainy day?
No, as far as Hoopla.
I
So
only
you had six.
budgeted, so when I did this, I did the budget in July, which we weren't over budget until now. So what I'll have to do is probably move money from one category over to Hoopla because it's obviously where the money needs to go. At the same time, we have to cut what we spend
Right.
because we need to save to replenish our rainy day so that we can do our next building project after the boiler shutdown. Does that make sense?
Still
So,
doesn't
yeah.
give me a rough amount.
You want an amount? Okay, I would say
That's a legit question.
$12,000 probably for Hoopla next
How
year.
much?
12,000.
Oh, okay.
But eventually what we can do is maybe shave some of off the other collection replenishment.
Exactly.
Is this quarterly or monthly? No, this bill,
No, that is just to cover, I think that's covering 2 months.
2 months.
So 6,000 divided by 12, what is that? That's what I budgeted, but it's
Right.
double that. In some months, it's triple that.
Do we have any idea, is everybody able to use this, or is it limited to just evergreen card holders, or
You actually have to be a Peabody Public Library evergreen card holder.
You can't, if the student card doesn't do it?
No, and you can't use it if you're South Whitley,
Okay.
because their number is
But if
different
you're a
than ours.
subscriber, you can use it.
If you get a plaque card, you Yes,
Okay.
or you or get a non-resident card, you
Okay.
can use it.
Okay.
But you have to have the Peabody Public Library number.
But
on
it's,
there.
so none of the discounted or the free, or the Evergreen subscribers get it automatically?
No,
Okay.
because our taxpayers pay for that.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Mhm.
Okay.
Because we still have videos, DVDs and things that we can get for them.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
We want to put the money in the things that are popular and being used, so.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyone else see anything that needed to discuss? Thank you for that, Donna.
Did we,
I saw Midwest State.
No, we have not voted.
oh, okay.
They're back up.
Oh,
We've still been
anything
discussing.
else?
Good catch.
But I think you had a motion in a second, though.
We do have a motion, second discussion, yes. What's that?
All right.
Well, that's what I was asking. It's being polite, just asking if there was anything anybody else wanted to discuss. All right, it's been moved and seconded, all those in favor of approving monthly claims? Aye. Opposed? All right, motion carries.
All right, the only other thing I wanted to mention to you really quickly is, I don't know if you took a look at the report we got from the Children's Department or the report we got from that. That it's our outreach numbers that are huge. They're huge. So, if you would add Beth, all the kids they served last month, plus Children's Department, it was 2,400 children that
That's
received.
where they go out to the school.
I mean, yeah. There was 324 kids that came to the library, but we reached most of
And the
them
YouTube
by
stuff
going out.
continues to be really popular, too.
It's 65,000 this year, so we're at 65,000.
And the time that they're watching is really long.
Yeah, well, I think this time it was like 10 minutes, but still,
That's a long time to.
so we're reaching people, you know, and it's online. But last year, I wanted to look real quick, it was 33,000 people that had viewed our computer classes online, and it's already at 65,000 this year. And you've got to remember, our service population is 15,000.
Yes,
So that's really good.
That's accessible to anyone.
Exactly.
That's, yeah.
But it doesn't cost any more for
Right.
us to do that, it's just more value.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know why usage, or people are viewing that less and less. Remember, we peaked about 10,000, I think that was in May, and then it's kind of slowly gone down. And I don't know if YouTube throttles, they might throttle, and that might have something to do with it. But we're at about 850 subscribers to the channel, which is really good. But, yeah, it's going down as far as people viewing. But I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it at this point.
Well, I would think if those were patrons that were using that, that's saying similar demographics that would be using Hoopla as well.
That's true.
And those numbers, I would think, would correlate somewhat.
So,
Is there anything else that Beth would need to expand that program?
I need to get her help. She needs help at two different schools from like 12:30 to 2:30, 11:30 to 2:30. And I've already contacted the school. The next step is for me to actually advertise for somebody that I can't pay. I would only be able to pay about $8 an hour, but it would only be a couple hours at those schools.
Is it possible that you could get a tutor from the high school or something to help? They could get a couple
Well,
hours
I've
a week?
signed up for Whitley Works to get somebody from there, an intern from there, and I haven't gotten anybody from there.
Even the ICE program or anything like that through the schools?
I have not had any success. If you know somebody that I should
Really?
contact, that would be,
Yeah.
I would love that. But she needs help at Little Turtle and Northern Heights.
So it's the elementary school, so a high school student.
I would think we could even find
Yeah.
a student that had a release period that would be.
Well, yeah, for a couple
Wouldn't
hours,
Yeah.
necessarily have to go through.
or even a couple.
Two students.
I would love it. I mean, that's exactly what I was looking for.
Do they still have Eagles in flight?
Yeah, but it usually would be 1 or 2 times a year.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we could get you in touch with the school principals, that's for sure, to see if there's anything that we can do.
Okay.
Would it be every week? like a regular
There's
schedule?
she has a regular schedule, and I sent it to Laura McDermott and to,
Oh. That's higher than my pay grade.
Hewer, Laura Hewer.
Yeah.
So I sent it to those two people, that we needed. And, yeah, because of the Whitley Works program too. I
Well,
mean,
not
they
that we
know.
couldn't hire somebody, but to me, that sounds like it would be a
Well,
nice.
that's what I was wanting to do.
They used to have cadet teachers and
Yeah.
things like that.
Well, they still do.
Okay, just thinking that would be a nice match.
And I would think that if you would like an okay from the board to, like, we all sign a letter to the school that said that would be really helpful if we had.
Oh, sure, I can do that.
Okay.
Definitely sign
Little
that.
Turtle has a pretty good volunteer staff.
You're right, you
Well,
might
that's
you might
what-
have, you might have
that's
a
what
teacher.
Dr. McDermott has
parents, yeah.
said. She felt like she could
My
find
wife-
somebody,
But,
but.
explain to me, a new member, board member, exactly what it is that
That's
this
just-
person would be
Oh,
doing.
Beth.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
This is good.
we have a robotics program, so they're actual robotics
Mhm.
technology, and they're interactive. And Beth will go and set up maybe 7 stations, maybe 8 stations. That's a different technology. So, and the kids go in and they have a half an hour, and Beth has it figured out time, she's got it down to a science, how long maybe 3 or 4 students are at a station in a set period of time.
This is in the library or?
I don't
Computer
know
lab?
where they have it.
Okay.
I don't know if they have it in the media center or not. I know she works with the media center specialist or whoever at the school. So I would assume they use that space.
Mhm.
But she's going to all the classes in middle school and all the schools, all the elementary schools, and she's reaching all the classes in all the schools.
So it's a different group of kids every time to get through
Right,
all
but
the
she-
grades.
To expose.
Right,
Right.
so, and then she's got, maybe twice a week she goes to specific schools depending on which week it is. Does this make sense? I mean.
And is it every grade level, like
It's
at,
every grade level?
at the elementary?
She
in
just
elementary
gears
and
it to
middle.
their grade level.
Yes, that's exactly what she does. And then she has the high achievers that she meets with and does what is their level.
Yeah.
So you are looking, or Beth is looking for someone to assist her.
To assist her, right, exactly. And
Okay.
that's why I thought
An
kids would be
educational
perfect.
Yeah, high
partnership,
school, I mean,
yeah.
that's.
Yeah,
You
you
know.
want probably somebody.
Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah,
ICE
knows
program,
that
and the ICE program would say would be a paid spot.
Mhm.
But I was thinking even volunteer from students
Okay.
and have release time or something like that, working group.
Actually, they probably would like it. I mean,
I would think.
They got
Oh,
released.
It's fun. I love going, and she has robotics here. I bring.
I'd like to observe it,
It
just to
is
see.
really fun.
yeah, I'd like to see it.
But yeah,
So,
an
national
official
honors
partnership
society.
would be, yeah, or something like that.
They have-
Because that would be
Yeah,
something,
I don't
service
think so
hours.
many
They don't need a KV club.
So you're not,
I'm really old. They don't have that anymore, do they?
It's the radio
I-
station.
It is?
I don't know.
you're saying
I
you've
would guess.
just not had any, you've contacted Laura Hewer and,
Dr.
yeah,
McDermott.
but you've not received
Heard back.
any response?
I got a response back from Dr. McDermott saying that she thought she'd be able to find volunteers at the administration office that might be available on those dates and times to help that. But I have not heard back from her yet. I have not
On the
heard from.
administration level.
I don't, she said the administration office. I don't know if they have, that's where they keep the list, or I don't know. But that's what, okay. But I had hoped to get a Whitley Works person. So.
Is that schools?
That's
Whitley Works, is
the
that a-
program that's, the school's got a
Anybody.
grant to have kids actually placed in businesses
So it's just-
for a portion of the day and they get paid. But I'm sure the factory's probably paying more than we do, so. But I still thought the STEM part of it would be of interest to kids.
Oh, yeah.
I think you could get a volunteer.
Or
I'm just
even
not talking to the right
Like the
person.
pie group at the schools, even if you get parents to
Yeah.
help out as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, we should be able to find somebody that,
Right, just for those couple hours at those two schools.
So they only do it in 2 schools, or right now they're just.
It's only in the 2 schools that she needs help. and I can't tell you why that is.
It's Little
But,
Turtle and.
I thought it was Northern Heights and North.
Is there anybody else that you think?
Well, the building principal, but at Little Turtle or even at the elementary schools, they wouldn't, like, know a high school student that would come and help unless they had a parent that was available.
But Lori would, wouldn't she? Or not necessarily? Okay.
Who else should she talk to?
I would say, Jennifer
Jennifer?
Reeve and Brady
Call
Mullen,
Jenna,
yeah,
okay.
Brady.
Okay.
the building principals, to see if they have, because all they have to do is to be able to ask our student body to see if we have any volunteers. I know that we would have volunteers, I would take them to student.
And I think that elementary school kids would
Like-
enjoy having high
Yeah.
school students there more than somebody who,
Yeah.
an adult.
Yeah.
Or an adult,
I already volunteered then.
But that's who I would think that would be the
Yeah, I'm the
best place to call, and just as a follow-up.
Okay.
Well,
We could do
Or,
that.
I mean, I can, when I'm there, if you want me to put a
Oh,
bug in
sure.
there, here.
The other thing that Beth does, we talked about the YouTube videos, is she's,
Oh, she did all the computer classroom, or all the computer classes online. So there's 43 online classes. Now, the good thing about me taking over technology competency for her, so as she's not busy with the schools or there's a snow day or delay, she can now update those. Because some of them are 5 years old, so.
And still
keep
being
those
viewed.
updated, Yeah, but we need to
Yeah.
update them. So, yeah, I mean, Beth has taken us to a new,
Has she been able to, her robotics equipment and stuff, is she just still using the original?
Oh, no, we bought
equipment?
some
Has
new.
a lot more?
we try to keep it updated as much as we can. So,
And we could use the funds as well for that type of a piece as well?
yes,
You might-
I'm trying to use our budget though.
Okay.
But yeah, again, there's no reason I can't start writing grants to see if people, because I'm thinking it's a pretty great program that I probably can get funding for it.
Be a national model too, it's a good one, she does a great job.
So, yeah.
It's Beth.
Beth Gap. Beth Gap. So,
Anything else?
How is the new adult services?
adult services.
She's
Yeah.
doing
Is
fine,
she
doing
been
great.
here
Is this the second
10
one?
days now, or?
Yeah, something
6,
like
7
that.
days? Is she gonna come and talk to us sometime, or meet us, or?
If you want her
Next
to.
meeting? Oh, I think it would be nice, unless all of you have taken the time to come in and introduce yourselves, I can do that.
I
Oh, yeah,
haven't-
all of us have, not you?
I haven't met Mary come down yet, though, have I? You haven't met Mary yet, have you?
No. We're not gonna.
I wasn't.
I think it's a good idea.
I wasn't here
Yeah,
last
well,
month.
yeah,
Was-
that's-
was- Matt, were you here last month? Because I just wanted to
Yes.
formally welcome you, but it probably already happened, so I apologize.
Oh,
But-
thank you.
She
Thank
was, she
you.
had that cake with us.
Yes.
We had cake,
We had
we missed
cake.
cake.
And you were supposed to bring the cake this month.
See?
Or at least the drinks.
Or at least the drinks.
We're not, we're just
Yeah.
getting disappointed.
Yep, okay, that's fair enough, that's fair, that's fair.
Remember where I'm here.
That's fair. If that was everything, anyone want a motion to adjourn the meeting? or-
I can make a motion that we adjourn.
Just make a motion. Second, motion and second. All those in favor of adjourning the meeting?
Aye.
Opposed?